Welcome to Abu Dhabi, where the world's best triathletes and hundreds of enthusiasts have had a very early start in preparation for the inaugural Abu Dhabi International Triathlon, which starts with a swim in front of the spectacular Emirates Palace Hotel. The swim leads to the bike section, part of which includes the technical turns and super smooth tarmac of the Yas Marina Formula One racetrack. Abu Dhabi and the UAE are used to hosting elite athletes from around the world in F1, tennis and golf, but this week it is the turn of the triathlete, and a spectacular venue and massive prize purse of $250,000 has attracted a world-class field.
The field here is amazing. I think we've got at least 5 or 6 women in the top 10 in the world here, so you couldn't ask for any better race, and it's almost like Hawaii Ironman, but here in Abu Dhabi.
It's going to be an amazing race and really good to watch, and the world's best are here.
It's good for the sport that there's a race with so much exposure and so many good guys. I have no idea who's going to win on Saturday, and that's what people who look at the race want.
Not only do we have probably 70 to 80% of the top women from the World Championships, we also have some of the short course athletes here. So it's a absolutely stacked field. It's a great thing for the race. It's a great thing for our sport.
It is a big race. It's been highly profiled. There's a lot of prize money, a really exciting field. I got the invitation to come here and I said, well, better try it out and see what it is.
Abu Dhabi is the capital of the United Arab Emirates, and as well as the mind-blowing architecture, there's plenty of opportunity for the adventurous holidaymaker and those just wanting to relax. With its unique location in the Gulf and only 6 hours from London, this is the ideal place for both business and pleasure trips, a fact appreciated by the athletes.
Oh, it's amazing. It's a great place to be. It's the first time for me ever being in the United Arab Emirates. I didn't know really what to expect, but it's beautiful. I mean, we got the sea here. I mean, I'm going to be back for sure.
Faris Al Sultan on the left with the visor, former Ironman world champion and head of Team Abu Dhabi, showing some of the athletes around Sheikh Zayed Mosque, the third largest mosque in the world, with 57 domes and lined with 24-karat gold.
The first time I was here was 15 years ago, and when you see the development of this country is just amazing. All those new sporting events that are hosted here just show the will and the determination of the people here to make their country known and well renowned, and I think everyone who will do the triathlon race will have an idea about it.
Virginia Betasetegui is one of the athletes enjoying the tour, but she, like all the athletes, will know that this is ultimately a business trip. We're ready to go in front of the Emirates Palace Hotel, and not only is this a new venue for international triathlon, they're also using new distances for the 3 different disciplines. Alongside myself is Richard Stannard, former British triathlon champion, about to make his comeback after a long layoff. And Richard, very, very interesting, particularly the bike ride.
Absolutely, this is very much a bike-biased race. 3-kilometre swim, 200 kilometres on the bike, and a 20-kilometre run. This will really suit those long-distance cyclists. I think it's really set up for the Ironmen, but it'll be interesting to see how the different athletes from the different disciplines progress.
The pro athletes have been given the blue swim hats, the Abu Dhabi team given the gold, so we can pick them out on the way round. And of course the swim comes first, a 3-kilometre swim to get it underway, with a cheeky little run halfway through.
I think they're going to pull the athletes out of the water. It gives an indication of where they are at after each lap. 1,500 metres out, come back onto the beach, and then another 1,500 metre lap. It allows the spectators to see where the swimmers are throughout the course of the swim.
So those 2 loops of 1,500 metres, very salty water here in Abu Dhabi, and that certainly helps those who perhaps aren't quite as buoyant.
Absolutely, it's said that the salt lifts the swimmers in the water, creates a better body position. A lot of the athletes will be wearing these swim skins. You'll see that they've got on. They aid buoyancy too, so the non-swimmers potentially will be on the back of the swimmers, of the lead pack swimmers, if you like, and we'll have to see how that helps the race.
So away they go, and a mad dash to get good position in the pack as they head out. We're looking particularly for Fraser Cartmel of Scotland to be up the front. He's a very confident swimmer, certainly got a good record in international triathlons. Who else do we want to watch out for in the swim?
Well, certainly Fraser is probably going to be leading this swim out. You've got Faris El Sultan is definitely one of the race favourites, and Phil Graves, who had an amazing performance in Hawaii, who really set off fast, will feature.
The women starting 1 minute behind the pro men, and a healthy field, some of the top triathletes in the world. A number, though, who haven't gone over the Ironman distance before, so we're not quite sure how their endurance is going to hold out. And then, of course, the age groupers, big group of them going on the long distance race, and then a few hundred have entered into the shorter race as well. A good turnout of 800 athletes here in Abu Dhabi, and at this time of year that's an extraordinary turnout.
Absolutely, March, early season, very early season to be racing at this level. I think though perfect temperatures in Abu Dhabi, simply it would be too hot at any other time of year, and I think the athletes will appreciate doing it this time of year.
Fantastic setting, and already Cartmel has set a fairly stiff pace at the front of the pack. He hasn't managed to break away. I don't think he will have been expecting to, but nice to see him out the front in clean water and showing that he's not intimidated by the quality of the field.
Yeah, I think Fraser's a very strong swimmer, and I think also Phil Graves is on his feet there.
Nice to see a good start from Cartmel then. This is his longest race ever. A little bit of an unknown, but he certainly seems confident.
There's really not been an international race that I haven't either, I've been at the front or top three out of the water in, so certainly I aim to be right up there. There's a couple other good swimmers here, so again, if I can be, the front 4 or 5 guys out of the water and really be, up there in the race, because it sets you up for the rest of the race having a solid swim. You don't want to be chasing so early on.
Approaching the beach for the first time, the first 1,500 metres now completed. Cartmel butterflying his way out of the water as they come up into a 100-metre dash before they go back out on the lead. So Cartmel is there, Van Leerder is there, Phil Graves is there, looking very good. Henning in silver, Brian Rhodes, Janos, one of the favourites from Spain, and Brooke is in that group as well. So no real gains made on the first 1,500.
No, but I think you saw there Fraser actually lift his goggles off his eyes and have a good look round. I think he's trying to gauge where he is and where his competition is. This coming out of the water certainly puts the heart rate up, and it can make a difference when you go back in for the second lap. You can create gaps.
Remember, the women started just a minute behind the pro men, and already news is that Julie Dibbins of Great Britain has gone well. There she is at the front of the group. What an extraordinary athlete she is. Triple Xterra world champion. As you can see, a very good swimmer. She's a strong cyclist as well. She could enjoy the 200k bike ride. And the talk of the town is that Julie Dibbins, despite the fact that she doesn't have any Ironman experience, is the hot favourite.
I find that kind of hard to believe because I've never raced over like 70.3.